dolls, thanks for being here again with me. Today's video is going to be a classic makeup transformation. I decided that I wanted to make a video showing you guys how I convert myself from being with no makeup and into a full face of makeup. Although in the majority of my videos I do show you my bare face and I go from no makeup to makeup, I did want to create a video dedicated on just how I transform myself from being pretty much dead with my no makeup face to a full glam face. I definitely don't want this video to be taken the wrong way. We should all love ourselves the way we are, the way that we were born. Makeup for me is a form of art, it's a form of expression, and it's just a way for me to have fun. And of course you want to use makeup to accentuate certain things that we want to make look better than we already have, or to hide certain imperfections, but that doesn't mean that we're not to love ourselves just the way we were born or just the way that we are. So without any further ado, if you guys want to see how I go from this to this, then just keep on watching. Alright, so to begin, let me just put my hair back away from my face, and then I'm going to begin priming with this Masterclass Prime by Maybelline that I have been trying, and I really like it. It makes my skin super dewy. And then we're going to continue by concealing our raccoon eyes. I'm actually correcting them with a peach corrector that I created. If you want to learn how to create it, I have a video that I can link down in the description box. And then we're just going to move on with foundation. I'm using Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and we're just going to be blending that all over our beautiful skin with a beauty blender. Next, for the brows, I was trying for the first time the, what do they call it? The brow definer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know, I'm still like kind of about it. I'm not 100%. I mean, it definitely speeds up the process of doing your brows, but I'll let you guys know. To clean up any mistakes and to make my brows look more defined, I'm using this Brow and Eye Highlight by Milani, which I really like. And then we're just going to be blending that down using a concealer brush, and this one is by Sigma. To prime my lids, I'm going to be using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, which has been my favorite forever. It really prevents creasing on my oily lids. I really love it. And to blend it, I'm using the same concealer brush. And now my favorite parts. Today, for the first time, I'm going to be using Manny's MUA and Makeup Geek collaboration palette, which I am obsessed with it. I am so happy he created this. It's so gorgeous. He's my best friend. He just doesn't know it. And yeah, I'm so proud of him. So the first shadow that I'm taking is Peaches and Cream, and this is very similar to Peach Smoothie kinda, so I'm going to be using this all over my upper crease area to create a nice warm base. Next, I'm taking Sora, which is just a slightly darker color shadow, and we're going to pretty much be doing the same thing in windshield swiper motion right into the crease, just a slightly lower than the original shadow, and we're just creating a gradient effect here. Next, I'm taking Frappe, which again, it's just, this one is also like a light brown, but this one is not as warm. So we're going to be applying this with a smaller blending brush, and this time we're going to concentrate the majority of the color on the outer V area and then just blending inwards. And to give the look a little bit more intensity and more dimension, we're taking Aphrodite, which is a gorgeous matte brown reddish shadow, like an auburn shadow. It's gorgeous. I don't know how to describe shadows if you guys haven't seen that yet. So I'm just applying that on the outer lid and the inner lid section, and then just connecting that in between. And as I apply it, I go back with the E40 brush just to blend out the edges, and then I apply some more until we get it nice and blended. Next, I'm taking Artemis. I don't know how to pronounce this shadow, but I used that to highlight my brow bone, and that I was not quite happy with because it came out a little bit too shiny for me, and it's not what I was looking for. But yeah, it's okay. I can deal with that. And now taking, oh my god, this shadow is my favorite shadow from the palette. It's Insomnia. It's a dual chrome shadow. It has so much reflection to it. I really love it. So we're just going to be patting that into the lid, kind of like the midsection of the lid, as you can see there. And I'm using a shader brush by Sigma as well. So I'm just patting that, and if you want to get this to be even more intense, you can definitely just wet that with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. Now I'm taking this Golden Glitter by MAC, and I just wanted to add a little bit more dimension to the look, just a little hint of glitter. So I didn't apply any glitter glue or anything. I just tapped a little bit using a small shader brush, and that was the 234 by Zoeva, by the way. And then now we're just going to be lining our eyes and creating a quite dramatic wing. And as you can see, I'm using a liquid liner, which I don't use very often. This one I am obsessed with. Is by Sigma, and it's super matte. And anytime that you use glitter, I definitely recommend for you to use a liquid liner as opposed to a gel. It's just going to make it a lot easier for you. Now we're just going to coat our lashes with a couple of coats of mascara. Prep them for falsies, and then the false lashes that I'm using today are House of Lashes Iconics, which I have been obsessed with lately because they just complete any eye look. They are amazing. For concealer, I'm going to be using a Maybelline Age Rewind Dark Eraser Concealer, which I really like, especially because it's super cheap, and then it just came to give me a kiss. And then I'm also going to be using that to highlight the highest points of my face, like the center of my forehead, my nose, and so forth. And then I'm blending that using my Real Techniques beauty sponge. And once I'm done blending, I'm going to be using the same beauty sponge and my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set that concealer. And lately I really have been enjoying setting my concealer using the beauty sponge. I just feel that it blends in better into your foundation. I don't know, I might change my mind in a week from now, but for right now, that's what I've been loving. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me powder, which I have been really liking lately because it sets my foundation, but it doesn't take away from the finish, if you know what I mean. So I have really been enjoying this one. So after setting the face, we're going back to the eyes. I'm taking Frappe on a pencil brush. This one is by Sigma. It's the E30. And I'm just going to be smoking out the lower lash line, just running it, as you can see, back and forward until it looks really nice and blended from inner to outer corner. And then I decided to line my waterline using a black kohl liner, and that one is Smolder by MAC. And then I go back in and I just blend that out a little bit more with the same shadow. I decided to add a little pop of freshness into the look, so I'm going to be taking Cosmopolitan with an E65 small angle brush from Sigma, and we're going to be popping that into the inner corners of the eyes. And I just really like how this came out because it's like a highlight, but it's a little bit different. It has a little bit of color, but not too much color, not too light. It was just perfect. A little bit different. And taking Aphrodite with a flat definer brush that is from Morphe. I just went in close, like really close to the liner, and just smoked out a little bit more on my lower lash line. Now let's just apply a couple of coats of mascara to my bottom lashes. And with this, our eyes shall be complete. Now going back to the face, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette and mixing all three dark shades because I can't choose one. We're going to be contouring our face. The brush that I'm using is also by Sigma. I forgot the number. But if you guys are interested, I have a coupon code for a 10%. I wish it was 30. 10% off in the description box, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. And then I just, here I'm just contouring my nose per usual. And the brush that I'm using is by Morphe, which I really like for that. I also included it on my favorites video in case you guys want to see the details. For blush, I'm going to be using Pet Name by Sigma, and we're just going to be popping that on our cheeks. It's a very pretty light, very pale pink, super girly, super classy. And for highlights, oh my god, I am obsessed with this one. This is Bronze Glow by Bobbi Brown, and the brush that I'm using is by Morphe. And I can't recall the name of it, but I think it's like G340, something like that. And I'm just applying that on the highest points of my face, my cupid's bow, tip of my nose. You guys know the deal. On the lips, I'm going to be using ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in Too Lay. And that is it. That completes the look. I really hope that you guys like this little makeup transformation. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up the video. And I'll see you guys next time. Mil besos. Bye bye.